Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Final Fantasy XVI. And you're not letting up, enemies. We are on our way back to the port. Well, back to the port, we've never been there, but that's where we need to be for the quest, and we've been traveling towards that the entirety of the last episode, and this went a lot quicker than I thought it would be. We are starting to get decently strong, aren't we? But yes, we are on our way to Port Isolde to see if we can call in a favor from a family member that will take us towards, at least closer, to the Mother Crystal.
Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
All
I'll
right.
show you a true shield of Rosaria.
I show you something to fear. Yes. Thank you for waiting. Ah, a little bit of fighting in new order.
This one.
Enemies slain. Alright, perfect. That will definitely get us inside the door.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you? We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
But we didn't free those bearers, is it? Could it be that is the ones that Joshua might have helped along the way? Because I can't see him doing good. He is powerful enough to do so. But I guess the only way to find out is to go there and save those bearers so we can see where they came from.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
Those are not killings. This to make a statement.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
Should we not give them a proper burial, or at least let somebody know that can take care of it?
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Yeah, you're right. Like I said, we might send people back to give them all a proper burial, because, like I said, they deserve it. After everything. Okay, let's check this place out. I know there are no survivors, but there might be some materials for us to use. It does seem to be a pretty decently big place. Ah, yes. I remember the place on the other side very well. We met a very dear friend there. Can we lower this from this side then? Where are the controls for this bridge? Because with the waypoint we can always teleport here, but it would be more practical if the bridge goes down and we can travel in between them. They really did kill every single person in this town, bearer or not. There's just a whole new level of cruelty, isn't it? Because there's one to hate the bearers and treat them like slaves, even less than that. It's another thing to wipe out the entire town off the face of the map, just because bearers are residing there. One more place in this town to check, and that was the big building we saw at the beginning, and then we can move on forward. Then I'll feel assured that we found at least most of it. Ooh, a sash. That's actually pretty good. Alright, let's have a check. Now, we don't need to go to the map, we need to go to equipment. It is better. Then we'll definitely be wearing that. Do we need to check to see if we accidentally picked something else up that's even better too? Nope. That's still good. Alright, I don't mind having an extra accessory, but that's a valid reason on why you should always check locations when you get there, because you never know what you're gonna find. And what you might find might be just what you're looking for. One final stop in between. Alright, let's leave this town behind us for now, because Jill might be right. They might already had the port.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Well, that depends if they're still there, of course.
did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush, no. You didn't...
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes. So
Who am I to...
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I don't think Mother cares.
I'm hungry.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands.
Yeah, I'm just walking around all these places just to make sure there are no chests.
You'll find no succor to the South travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Alright, I have a feeling we're gonna see a lot of fighting when we get to the port. The quiet sands. Ooh, let's get to the beach.
Out of our way.
Yeah, I don't need to fight the crabs, it's not necessary. Just curious to see what we'll find on the beach. There it is. Some stranded treasure. No, don't jump, just open the chest, come on. Black blood. Yeah, not the most impressive contents, but I'll take what I can get. As far as we know, black blood is just a valuable sell item, which is not as valuable as you might think. Because I have like 600 items of other materials that are like 40 a piece. I think if I sell all of those, I will have a shit ton more money than selling those valuables. Alright, you guys okay?
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
I do hope so. Alright, I wanna check out the dock before heading into town. Oh, I thought I saw a person on there, but I think it's just one of the pillars that's holding up the dock.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Well, I do want to check out the houses outside of the gate first. Ooh, another waypoint. Okay, let's see if we can get inside, or if they closed off the entire thing. This one is definitely closed. Because it did say we didn't need to keep our hopes up of finding anything in here,
Start
but...
with the main gate. And see what that gets us.
Alright, so these are all closed. I don't know if the whole village is abandoned, or just they shut it so that bandits and thieves couldn't get in. I guess that he's right. The only way to find out if that's the case, we need to get to the main gate. It does look like there are a few refugees outside.
let us pass!
My children are starving!
Have mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough
Fuck off! Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, away with you, filth! Back to your stall! Cut you down where you stand! Just try it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
But can we check out a little bit closer?
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus... We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned.
It does.
Do you think it's safe?
Absolutely not. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be
As long as
bandits
it is
everywhere.
abandoned.
Black light burns. The
The
light
good news is
of the
we haven't
Lazarus.
seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
I don't think so. Alright, let's have a quick look. If there is any trouble, we'll just remove ourselves. But I want to see if we can talk to a few people. Maybe find some items. Because it is a refugee camp, so there might be some things to acquire. Nothing particularly valuable, but still.
Us in. We're all
New to the camp? If so, I'd suggest finding somewhere close by to lay your bedroll. Those who rest their heads too far from the gates have a habit of getting set upon by bandits in their sleep.
Yeah, there's already a slight confirmation that in the abandoned town we're probably gonna find bandits. Because with a town this close, even if it is abandoned, it would be a perfect place for refugees to wait
Our
until they
last
could get
crystal
in.
just shattered. What are we gonna do now? Drink rainwater from puddles? Eat our rabbit raw?
Come on, there are things you can do without the crystal, you just need to learn how to do that.
We numbered 6 when we left our village. 2 died on the road. Another passed just last night. I worry I might be next.
Oh, come on, be positive. As long as you're alive, there is still hope. Yeah, there definitely isn't much here of anything. So yeah, let's head back to the town, see if we can get in. Maybe we can break the gate, or maybe move over, jump over it. And I'm guessing once we get inside, we just have to check all the buildings to see where we can find the tunnel. If the nobles are using it, then it should be somewhere near a noble's house. The Lazarus district.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Such a big place. It says a quest destination nearby, but I think the entire town is the quest destination, so let's see where the game stops us. Probably when we see there's probably life somewhere. No, it's too high for us to jump over, responsibly at least.
Not abandoned then.
Visitors!
Really? That's your first reaction upon seeing visitors?
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Not.
Yeah, like I would let you cast that. Get rid of that button. Well, we gave him a chance to walk away. They just did not take it.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh?
Wait.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew
Wait?
not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Is that the guy that helped us in the castle when we were going through it?
It really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
No bandits? Maybe a rebellion? Oh, at least we saw that they were alive, not instantly killed by us. Alright, that might be a good thing.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son?
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
He's a good man. We shall help him.
And ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Ooh, do we get a chance to upgrade some of our equipment?
Oh, buck up, man.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
That we could, definitely.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's?
Allow me to tend to your needs, my lord.
A Gaia blade. It's not something we have. It is weaker. But shall we buy it just in case?
Of course.
Because maybe we can upgrade it to something better along the way. Battle change. No, that's gonna be too weak. Thistles, meteorite, desert rose. We don't have desert roses. Just take 10. Well, we can do a bit better than that. That's 4,000.
Will that be all?
Yeah, for now. The rest is already done.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Yeah, with you too, my friend.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge, and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Yes, we will definitely prioritize that quest. Party members. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Which is fine, cause I am the main force, the rest are just backups that are handy if they're there. If they're not, we'll deal. Alright, so confront the main host, make for Buett Bridge. So yeah, when we get there, let's just say hell's gonna break loose, so...
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Where exactly is it gonna be?
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Yeah!
Just be careful not to run over people.
How was the Black Shields? Come along now.
The bastards are lucky I didn't have my axe.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Straight home now.
Yeah, we don't want you caught up in the fight.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
If you want to underestimate us, it will be your downfall.
Forest area!
Forest area!
Your
Hey,
petty
not yet.
revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Let's say we just need an opening.
You're finished.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Your wits, my lord.
Don't worry, you're mine.
Yes, a good boy.
It's been a while since I fought one of these, so let's get straight back into it.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Nice boy.
Oh god, the Dragoon, isn't
A
it?
noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Fine hound.
No, you're not gonna let me get cornered there. And two parries. That is really nice, isn't it? As much damage we can.
So Wade!
Found them. There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
No, no, no. You keep the little ones busy. Now we'll deal with this douchebag. Ah, come on. I wasn't that close to the lightning. Come on, my timing is a bit off in this one. Enemies slain. A lot of materials. I'll take it gladly.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again.
Unless we stop Mother.
I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements?
Definitely.
A sound strategy, my lord.
Quest completed. Black or white? Alright, at least we have enough renown to see the Berserker Ring text back at the base.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
A symbol.
It's the mark of the Guardians.
Yeah.
Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Of course I'll accept.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Such a big smile on his face for seeing his lord again. So good that there are still some people fighting the good fight. Port Isolde, the Imperial Province of Rosaria. Rosfield Manor. Straight into the manor? Really?
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. He means to string us up himself.
Or he might walk in and hug you straight away. I don't know.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
But did you see that? He doubted himself. He thought it was Clive.
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach.
He's so happy.
Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Brilliant. Because there's no memory that can hide the fact that they were related.
Did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother.
If that was the case, he would have been dead by now.
All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
Yeah.
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
It's not a bad failing to have.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Good uncle.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
There is. And we'll be there too, to help her atone. Because that's what we do. Return to the hideaway. Alright, yes, that will definitely happen. Can we go into the menu? No, we cannot. I was kind of hoping that I was be able to stand somewhere without activating anything. But let's get into the hideaway and hopefully it will not trigger a tremendous amount of scenes. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Alright, yeah, it's okay. So the game gives us more than enough time to prepare for things, so yes, that is great. And I already see a side quest or two that we can do that will aid us in our quest as well. And who knows, maybe the new pieces of equipment we found, we can increase their potency and have even better equipment to deal with it. But that is going to be for the next time. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back on the next one as we start preparing for the journey ahead. And of course, fulfilling all the potential side quests we have. Until then, good night.